Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new video. It is quite early in the morning, however, I wanted to go ahead and talk about the second anniversary of Tokyo Ghoul Re-Invoke, because it's going to be something very exciting, and what we're going to do is I'm just going to scroll in and we're going to look in Photoshop at this stuff, and in the process of it, we're also going to make a thumbnail for the video, because that sounds real neat. We'll just go through all these in the order that it says in terms of 1, 2, 3, 4 in cases. So first and foremost, second anniversary of Tokyo Ghoul Re-Invoke is coming. It appears to be starting on the 26th of March, of which we'll be starting a 3-week war, which should be super exciting. We also seem to be getting a new title screen here. I can actually, if I turn on here, you can see my cursor, magical. We're going to be getting a new title screen here with the owl Arima and the Kaneki from the fight in Kokli. Honestly, I really like the new title screen. I feel like this art is going to be something that becomes my phone wallpaper for a long while. I like the icon as well. Here we can kind of see it's just pretty magical. Just genuinely, I just want to. Oh God, I fucked it up. Oh no, go back. Photoshop. Hello. I'm here. It looks so nice. It reminds you of the Blazing Anniversary thing, but I really enjoy how it looks. I'm really happy about it. We also have obviously confirmations that the Kaneki is getting its own unit. It seems to be an awakening unit that changes its art whenever it awakens. Previously, we've had units that awaken, like Feshirazu, that only have his Kagune inside his original art. But this one goes from the Black Reaper with like the monkey arm and the weird mask to the Kaneki that is very happy with the chicken feet. I actually really like the fact that they gave him the chicken feet through and through for the entire unit. The anime, unfortunately, had a small issue where it stopped adapting his chicken feet, and I was really sad about it. So, Chicken Kaneki is on his way to the game. I'm looking super, super forward to it. Now, we do have some data mines of his skills here, which we can talk about, but it's obviously subject to change. The actual D-Jump that releases that will have their gameplay should be within the next couple of days or so. But the Kaneki here, when he's non-awakened in his little monkey Black Reaper form, he has the skill, not yet, Madada. 3 times your own attack for 3 turns, deals attack times 1.8 to one enemy 6 times, and reduces durability by 8. So he seems to be almost a premium unit when he's non-awakened. With 6 hits, which is pretty nice. Pretty much with 8 durability damage, it's a guaranteed break, and also 3 times his own attack is pretty crazy for trying to use him as your main damage dealer. I feel like if you were running him, and you didn't want to awaken him, and you could do like a raid, for example, having Kanai, Kaya, and then him would be a great plan. Hoping he's light, but that's just me. And when he awakens, which is that is who I am, this little boy right here, enter an awakening state permanently, and 2 times your skill gauge until the end of battle. That is who I am. 2.2 times the defense of front row allies for 3 turns, 0.2 times the attack of front row enemies for 3 turns, and deals damage or deals attack times 1.8 to front row enemies 6 times. So when he awakens, he kind of has the reverse version of what other units do usually have. So, for example, usually a unit will have 2 times defense on its non-awakened skill, and that's its main way of buffing. Versus this Kaneki, who when he awakens, he has a straight 2 times 2/5 defense, which is crazy. That is the highest defense buff in the entire game. He also does the same amount of damage he would do otherwise, regardless. I also like the fact that So, I noticed that Kevin thought that this was Noro because of this little thing right here. Can I actually blow it up a little bit? I don't seem to be able to transform it. Here, I'm just gonna drag... Oh, it's hidden! That's why! Gotcha! Shit. Duplicate. Here we go. So I can see that Kevin thought that this little thing with the mouth was Noro. Turns out this is the thing that that Kaneki used to draw the attention away from Arima. Where he did it from the opposite side with the non-working eye and was like, aha, I fooled you. So it's neat they put a little detail into there. Kaneki seems like he'll be crazy though. In general, 3 times attack buff is pretty incredible, and that goes for 3 turns. That's the highest buff even to self buffs in the entire game. And then also 0.2 times the attack of front row enemies is a full row, and 0.2 equals 20% of their normal damage. On raids, that is literally, it's broken. So he might get debuffed, or it might just be nonsensically weird and crazy. But either way, it's gonna be super exciting. He seems like he's going to be a super overwhelming unit. And if he is an Awakening unit, I don't even know if you'll want to get dupes, considering you just go into Awakening and get the 2.25 times defense increase. Also, just wanna point out real quick. Not only does he have the chicken arms and the cool legs, which by the way are the spiral legs, not the ones that he had inside the anime. There's also the flowers from Coakley on the ground, which is absolutely just beautiful and incredible. I'm looking so forward to this unit already. Looking for this gameplay. It's up in this corner. I'm excited. Soon. It seems like his icon doesn't change inside the game though. Like you can see here, that seems to be the black mask from the other side here. However, he is in the white hair awakening state, so I don't know if it doesn't change his icon inside the game, and maybe this is an actual awakening state, and you have to get him up to UR, but who knows? I'll be curious. We also have the Arima, which seems to have both Narukami and Ixa in his opposite hand, so when he's non-awakened, he'll end up using both. It'll be super fun. That's kind of what he used against the Ayato previously, and then when you awaken, he goes into the Owl Quinke form, which they actually made it look like here. I have this up right now. These bland colors and very basic, like, flat textures look like shit compared to this beautiful... Look how textured it is! Look how much effort went into each part of the blade! There's even fucking Getsuga Tenshos all throughout the entire thing. And he also has the Coakley flowers below him as well. I'm so excited for it. And it does seem like we're getting a quest with the actual Coakley bosses here. You can see that there's a little Black Reaper mask inside this as well. But all in all, should be good stuff. The Arima skills are actually really exciting as well. So when he's non-awakened in the Narukami and Ixa form, he gets... Is this what you wanted? 2.5 times the attack of front row allies for 3 turns. Deals attack times 1.4 times damage to one enemy 10 times. Raises durability by 10. So he has the best and highest straight buff of any unit in the game so far. Eto Owl only does 2.25 times in terms of attack. Granted, she also gives the defense debuff, and she has the break bonus. So you will lose the break bonus in that case. However, either way, 2.25 times attack for your entire team is incredible. At that point, you don't even need to use his awakening if you didn't want to, because you could just use that form and be fine inside raids. However, if you did decide, hey, maybe I want to awaken into the super cool Arima super Quinke awesome time, well then, you will be its first victim. Enter Awakening state permanently, and 2 times the skill gauge fill rate until the end of battle. You will be the first victim. 2.25 times your attack for 3 turns, deals attack times 1.4 times damage to front row enemies 10 times, and deals attack times 1.2 to one enemy 10 times. And so what it does is it seems as if he has 2 procs of full damage and at the highest self buff in the game currently at 2.25 times attack. So not only does he self buff with that incredible amount, so it does the attack to front row enemies 10 times 1.4. So the entire front row that you face gets hit for 10 times regardless, for 1.4. Whatever his attack is going to be crazy. However, it has a second combo ability where it also procs off his extra 10 times hits on the one enemy you selected. So in total, if you're fighting 3 enemies, you do 40 hits in one attack. And that builds 40 hits of combo in one move. That is fucking crazy. And I am looking so forward to seeing the D-Jump video on how the gameplay works. It's usually false. However, it's going to be exciting regardless. And I feel like I'm assuming they're going to put them in separate banners, unfortunately, and that's rough. If they do end up separating the banners, I'll probably end up going for the Kaneki because I do prefer his skills and his look. However, the Arima, if they are on the same banner, I'm hoping to at least get one copy of both, and I'll probably stimulant them both up to 100% because holy shit, there's no way I'm not. But regardless, it seems like they're going to be incredible units and super fun to use. Additionally, we also have Case 3, in which we're going to be getting, it seems like we're going to be getting a rerun of all 3 of the older dispatch units that were released inside the next 3-week war, as well as the benefit for the reward, or the actual war's benefit and the reward is going to be this Heisei. He probably won't be playable, however, well actually, he looks pretty playable, and we got one of Uriye in the same outfit. I wonder. Either way, we are going to be getting a rerun of all 3 of these guys, so you'll be able to get them again after all this time, and the Heisei will be probably the main reward for the war. Additionally, we seem to be getting a banner with the Party for Ruda, which I respect. Man, I'll take it. That's some good shit right there. And for the little QR code on the V-Jump. So this was all revealed inside the V-Jump, and likely all of this is going to start as of the 26th of March. Most of the stuff is just data mines and stuff that is not confirmed inside the game. Like these, all the V-Jump scans, we're guaranteed to get these characters no matter what. However, these skills I talked about are not guaranteed to be the case and might be ruined. And might just become the worst. So leave your expectations as far to the curb as possible. However, I have a feeling these are going to be super fun and super overwhelming units regardless. And that is my thoughts and feelings. Now we're going to go ahead and get into making this. So I want to talk about as well, I hope that this isn't... Oh god, actually, do I want to have Arima's hair? I should probably keep Arima's hair, right? Yeah, we'll keep Arima's hair. One sec, let me down my tolerance. In this game, I hope that this isn't the entire event. And I'm hoping and I'm praying that they end up having either new S-rank quests or any update to the gameplay. I just fucked that up. Any updates to the gameplay, or like, we had the data mines before of what we assumed to be just the new game mode. However, this gives no confirmations or and no talks about any kind of new game mode or any kind of new way to engage with the game. So it makes me worried that they're just going to be not actually implementing anything new as of this time. And I would be very unhappy with that in general. I feel like in this case, the game really needs any kind of meaningful content to actually make it worthwhile to play. We're having severe difficulties right now in the game where there's just... During the wars, it's the exact same copy-paste, 3 or 4 things, and it just goes every single time. And it's been hurting me, if I'm being genuine. I'm getting very bored with Tokyo Ghoul Re-Invoke right now, and obviously that's just the status of how they're doing things. I'm praying that they implement something during this next war to at least make it more meaningful. Also, just realized I got here. Let me see if I can re-implement this, because my tolerance wasn't quite the best for this. So 15. Looks a bit cleaner. Here we go. Take this one out, put the new one in, slide him over. Here he is. Ba-dum-bump, ba-dum-bump. Woo! Cool. Want to have him a little bit more on the frame. Also want to kind of add a small stroke to the outside of it. We'll do... Oh, that looks like shit. Never mind. Scratch that stroke. But yeah, in general, the game has gotten very boring. And I've had people mention to me that Tokyo Ghoul Re-Invoke is... They stopped playing it because there's not a lot to do. And it's not unreasonable. At this point, I log into the game maybe once per day, or like several times per day if I want stimulants during that season. And just my entire purpose behind it is... Also, I'm going to hide all of these real quick just to work this in. My entire purpose behind it is I log in, I get dispatches done, and then back out, and that's it. I just do that continuously back and forth for the entire war, and I don't actually play the levels unless I get something like the Shinohara Errata level, or the Errata Boy level that was inside the latest update. Because I don't find it fun at this point. Also, just gonna leave that there. Just gonna collect all the pieces of this for different parts of the thumbnail if I want to use it. And that's the main issue here, right? They've just been sitting on the same content consistently for most of what was happening. And it's gotten so lackluster so far. So I'm excited to see where they push things from here on out. But definitely, if there isn't any kind of new game mode or any kind of substantial quests and it's only these characters, it's not going to be great or look fantastic for the state of the game so far. So what I am going to do here, I'm going to take this here. We'll hide these. Just for right now, I need the Kaneki. I want to toss these back on. I just want to see how this all looks together, so I can toss here. I want to put this here. I feel like that'll look good. See, the issue is it looks a little bit too messy. So what if a bit smaller? I want to get the second anniversary thing bigger though. So maybe what I'll do is we'll try and... See, I don't want to cut it out because then it's going to just look like shit because it does look... The resolution's really not there. Here. We'll add an outer glow. Cancel. An outer glow of the red eye around it to make it draw attention more for right... That is not the red glow I wanted. Here. Nope, I want like a dark red. That works. That's good enough. We'll do this, make it a bit stronger. That way it draws attention over on this side alongside his eye. And in general, the game has quite a few issues like this. And I feel like during off-season is the biggest contender for when it's the worst, I feel. Just because there's no content, nothing really meaningful to get done inside it. However, there's various other times, even inside wars, that you just don't want to log in or do anything. So even adding any kind of game mode that feels like you can just grind it freely, or so people were talking about a potential treasure map type of game mode, of which what would end up happening is you would go around a map and collect different elements, kind of similar to how Treasure Cruise does its treasure maps. But in that style, it also lends itself to more raiding different wards. And I feel like that sounds like it makes a lot of sense for the game. Also, I'm like losing what I'm trying to do. So I'm trying to form my thoughts. I'm going to put... See, I don't want to put Arima here because he's going to end up getting in the way of... What if I put it here? Because typically what you'll do is... What I'm thinking is the vision will follow... Here. I'll get a good cursor here just to make it look better. So I was thinking the eyes would follow across here all the way to Kaneki, down to Arima, and across here because you're like, wow, so neato and cool. Also, Arima, I just realized something. You have some ugly dead pixels here. Oof. Ooh, ha, ha. Hardness go down. Size go down. Please. Thank you. So it'll be interesting as of this war. And if it is a full 3-week long war, they're gonna need something substantial to keep attention. And just boosting these cool ass units, it's not quite enough to satisfy at least me. And here, I wonder if I could, I'm gonna put my hardness down. That sounds pretty nasty. I'm gonna put my hardness down here and kind of, oh, but it looks like shit. It looks like absolute shit. I'm trying to think of how to put this in a good way. I don't want the YouTube thing to block it. I don't want this Kaneki to be covered. What if I moved him up a bit? That works. He still seems like he's pretty happy. Might need to add a good drop shadow on it though. You know what, Arima? That's probably all right for right now. That draws enough attention. That should be good to go. Wait, what layer is? There it is. Here we go. Yeah, that looks all right. And in general, I think this is pretty good. And we'll see how the game ends up going from here on out, and where they end up pushing the game and the direction it ends up going in. However, it's been sketch, and we'll see how the update goes on the 26th of March when the anniversary actually hits. However, thank you for watching. Actually, before we hop out here, I actually do want to add here. So I'm going to merge the Arima and the Kaneki layers together. And I'm going to add a small drop shadow. And do this, spread. And we're going to do that. This way it seems like they're more substantial, and we'll add a small white glow around them with a low opacity to draw eyes a bit more. Also makes me find out that there's a bunch of Arima stuff that I have yet to actually fix up and get rid of. Whoop, up, 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 up. Whoop, da, 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 da. Whoop, up, up. Whoop, up, 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 up. I did it. All right. So I have done the thing, and I think that is good. Thank you for watching this wonderful experience that is Tokyo Ghoul Reinvoke's anniversary. I'm looking forward to what they do with this. I'm curious where they'll push it during the anniversary, and if they'll actually release anything substantial aside from just the characters. However, thank you for watching. Take it easy, and I will see you guys next time on Tokyo Ghoul Reinvoke.